Guardianship is a legal process in which a court appoints a guardian to make decisions on behalf of an individual who is unable to manage their personal, medical, or financial affairs. In Wyoming, guardianship is commonly used to protect individuals with developmental disabilities who may need assistance in making important life decisions. However, guardianship is not a one-size-fits-all arrangement, and Wyoming courts aim to implement the least restrictive form necessary to preserve as much personal autonomy as possible for the individual, also known as the ward. For direct care staff, understanding the role of guardians, the limitations of their authority, and the rights of the individuals they support is essential to providing ethical and person-centered care. Wyoming law recognizes different types of guardianship based on the level of decision-making assistance an individual requires. Full guardianship grants a guardian the authority to make nearly all major decisions on behalf of the ward, including those related to health care, finances, and daily living arrangements. This type of guardianship is typically granted when an individual is deemed unable to make any of these decisions independently due to their condition. Limited guardianship, on the other hand, applies when an individual can make some decisions but requires assistance in specific areas, such as managing finances or consenting to medical treatment. Courts prefer limited guardianship whenever possible to ensure that individuals retain as much independence as they are capable of handling. There are also special forms of guardianship that apply in specific situations. Emergency guardianship may be granted on a temporary basis when an immediate need arises to protect an individual's health or well-being. For example, if an individual with a developmental disability experiences a sudden crisis and is unable to make medical decisions, the court may appoint an emergency guardian to act in their best interest until a more permanent solution is determined. Standby guardianship allows a guardian to be designated ahead of time in case the primary guardian becomes unable to fulfill their duties. This is often used as a protective measure to ensure continuity of care. Additionally, in some cases, a court may appoint a conservator instead of a guardian. While a guardian makes decisions about personal and medical care, a conservator specifically manages an individual's financial affairs, ensuring their money and property are used appropriately for their benefit. It is important to understand that guardianship in Wyoming does not strip individuals of all their rights. Even when a guardian is appointed, the ward should still be involved in decision-making to the greatest extent possible. Guardians are legally required to act in the best interest of the ward, which means making decisions that support their well-being while also considering their personal wishes and preferences. If a guardian makes choices that appear to contradict the individual's needs or desires, direct care staff play an important role in advocating for the person's rights. Wyoming law allows for guardianship to be modified or even removed if an individual gains the ability to make decisions independently through rehabilitation, support, or changes in their condition. Wyoming courts follow the principle of least restrictive guardianship, meaning that guardianship should only be used when no less restrictive alternative is available. The state encourages the use of supported decision-making agreements, where individuals with developmental disabilities can receive help from trusted family members, friends, or professionals without the need for full guardianship. In these cases, the individual retains their legal rights, but has a structured support system to help them navigate important decisions. Direct care staff should be aware of whether an individual has a supported decision-making plan and respect the role of chosen supporters while still promoting the individual's independence. For direct care staff, having an understanding of the legal boundaries of guardianship is very important. A guardian does not have unlimited control over an individual's life, and there are laws in place to prevent abuse or overreach. Staff should be familiar with the specific terms of each person's guardianship arrangement and should not assume that a guardian has the right to make decisions in areas not covered by the court order. For example, if a person has a limited guardianship that only covers financial matters, their guardian may not have the authority to make medical decisions on their behalf. Additionally, Guardianship does not necessarily grant unrestricted access to personal information. Wyoming follows confidentiality laws that may require additional consent before disclosing sensitive information, even to a legal guardian. One common challenge in guardianship cases is conflicts between a guardian's decisions and the individual's preferences. While guardians are expected to act in the best interest of the ward, disagreements can arise, particularly in areas such as healthcare, housing, or daily activities. In such cases, direct care staff can play a key role in advocating for the individual by documenting their wishes and communicating any concerns to supervisors or legal representatives. If a guardian appears to be making decisions that are harmful or not aligned with the person's needs, there may be legal avenues to challenge or review the guardianship arrangement. Another important aspect of guardianship in Wyoming is the process of appointment and oversight. Guardianship is not automatically granted, but must be approved by a district court, which requires a petition, medical or psychological evaluations, and a formal hearing. Once appointed, guardians in Wyoming must submit annual reports to the court detailing the well-being of the ward and the decisions made on their behalf. Direct care staff should be aware of these reporting requirements, as they may be asked to provide observations or documentation regarding the individual's care and support. The termination or modification of guardianship is also a crucial topic. Guardianship is not necessarily a permanent arrangement, and Wyoming law allows for the restoration of rights if an individual demonstrates that they have gained the ability to make decisions independently. In cases where a guardian is not fulfilling their duties properly or is found to be neglectful or abusive, the court may appoint a new guardian or remove guardianship altogether. Staff working closely with individuals under guardianship should report any concerns about neglect or exploitation to the appropriate authorities, ensuring that the individual's well-being remains the highest priority. For individuals with developmental disabilities, self-advocacy is an essential component of their rights, even when they have a guardian. Direct care staff should encourage and support individuals in expressing their preferences and making choices about their daily lives. This could include participating in decisions about what to eat, what activities to engage in, and who they want to spend time with. When guardianship is necessary, it should be implemented in a way that respects the person's dignity and promotes as much independence as possible. Communication between direct care staff and guardians is essential for ensuring that individuals receive the best possible support. While guardians are legally responsible for certain decisions, caregivers often have direct, daily interactions with the individual and may notice changes in their needs, preferences, or well-being. Keeping an open line of communication with a guardian can help ensure that decisions are made in the best interest of the person receiving care. However, it is equally important for staff to recognize their responsibility in promoting self-determination for the individuals they support. Encouraging individuals to participate in choices about their lives, regardless of their guardianship status, helps maintain their dignity and personal autonomy. Wyoming's guardianship laws emphasize the importance of protecting vulnerable individuals while also respecting their independence whenever possible. Direct care staff must be aware of the different types of guardianship, their legal implications, and their own role in ensuring that the rights of individuals with developmental disabilities are upheld. By staying informed, advocating when necessary, and maintaining professional communication with guardians, staff can help create an environment where individuals are not only protected, but also empowered.